Thursday, May the 22nd, 2025, and I'm down in Oxfordshire, Hanborough, about to undertake the 10.5 to 11 miles to Charlbury, a walk I last did 15 years ago in 2 parts, so it's in massive need of an update. Pretty cloudy at the minute, but I'm optimistic that this will clear within the hour to produce sunny intervals this afternoon. Single line track at this point. See the old platform over there. And one thing I have noticed straight away is how busy it is. Very different to the last time I was here, I know that. The walk today passes through Blenheim Palace and follows some of the river Evenlode. I shall be reducing it from the original 13.75 miles by taking a couple of shortcuts. About 16 degrees today with once again a northerly easterly breeze. It's been that way for a couple of weeks now, which is odd, but it's quite welcome when you're walking. It's ideal walking temperature at the moment. So about 12:15 now, let's press on, see what awaits. Not much of a station left these days. Just walking alongside a busy A road, but here's a little indicator of what lies ahead, including those white cattle. Not on my route, hopefully, but I think they're an English breed. River Gleim down there. Passing over the rail line. Hanborough Bridge. Taking a right down Park Lane. See the lovely soft stone here. Not dissimilar to what you get up in Sleaford, Stamford area. So I think we're now out into the countryside, having left Hanborough behind me now. Well, I hope so anyway. Nicely positioned seat there early on in the walk. Got the railway embankment over there. Take a left here. Soon to cross back over the railway line near Coombe Station. Here you have the river Evenlode on my right as I walk. First evidence of the Blenheim Estate here with its sawmills. There's also a riverside tea room early on in the walk. Only open on Wednesdays by the looks of it, mornings, so that's not much good. And we actually go under the railway here, not across it. Amazing engineering there from Mother Nature. Some insect, butterfly, has done that. Lots of eggs in there, or could be even spiders, yeah. Lots of eggs in there. Having just passed Bolton's Lane farmhouse with the path to Coombe on my left, we take this path on the right over this first stile of the day, entering the grounds of Blenheim Palace via the Coombe Gate entrance, Coombe Lodge here. There you go, World Heritage Site. Information panel here about Hyde Park, which is in New Park per the map. About half an hour to the palace from here, and I should be looking for a lunch spot en route because there isn't an appropriately positioned church on this walk, unfortunately. Something like that would do. A very pleasant tree-lined avenue, mixed woodland, lots of oaks in here, and I can hear muntjacs in the background barking. Don't know if it's their mating time, but sounds like it. There's another small possibility. I'll press on though in the hope that something else crops up. Just gone one at the moment. There is another bench, but it's occupied. That's because I'm getting closer to the lake now, where I envisage meeting more people, unfortunately. Some lovely copper beaches over there. Wonderful colour. Now at the base of the lake, lovely flags down there. Looking across the lake at the bridge, and that's the beauty of this walk. Because I'm on a public footpath, you get some cracking shots that most of the public don't see, or from angles they don't see, because they don't bother coming out this far. And in the distance there you can just make out the palace. And it doesn't look like not too many people on the bridge, so I might be lucky today, getting some shots over there. And from a slightly different angle. And another slightly different angle. Looking down towards the boathouse. Some interesting bird sounds coming from the lake as well. It looks like something's being restored at the moment. Not much of a picture, but that's as far as I'm allowed to go on the public footpaths. I'm stood near the bridge at the moment. Now aiming for the column of victory. The lake continues under the bridge, over on my right there. So, the column of victory. Information panel here about the column of victory. Google that if you wish to learn more. 134 foot high.
Did you notice that male or female, they carry on. Studying one as a first. About 8 hours a day, to give it 8.
And then the straight line view back to the palace. Shame it's got that cover around it at the minute, but there you go. Now walking along the Witchwood with a Y, Witchwood Way. Plenty of young lambs on my right behind this electric fence. Now walking through the great park, away from the crowds, albeit there weren't that many about today. Still a bit overcast, surprisingly. I remember 15 years ago doing this walk when there was no GPX tracks. Quite confusing following the written instructions, albeit they're very good. Another wonderful copse of copper beech. Seems to be a lot of it on this estate. Now leaving the park. Now joining the Shakespeare's Way, which I've been on before, probably at Morton the Marsh, when I did that walk. Now entering a small wooded area. Very quiet. Once again today I've been very lucky with the surfaces. All very good so far. Lots of them have been with a local stone underfoot. Rain is forecast this weekend though. We do need a shower or two. But let's see what comes. Now climb over the wall to join the Oxfordshire Way. We're still on the Witchwood Way as well. Come out into cereal country. Brightening up again. Yep, Robin agrees. There you go. There's also a little sticker there for the Roman Way and the millstones to millstones path. Skylark country round here. They race against time now to get their young raised before the wheat here, in this case, gets cut in around about a month's time, I'd say. So there's Stonesfield. Straight away you can see all these new houses. Such a shame really that our villages are being ruined by mass estates being built, when in the past it was just the odd one or two houses, because that was how the natural population could be accommodated. But since the Blair years and the massive increase in numbers, we now have white flight from the cities, and they're the ones that are buying these new properties in villages. And the birth rate is not going up, not from the indigenous population. We know that from the stats. So yeah, Our countryside is suffering. Juncture, you can continue straight ahead towards Bag's Bottom on the map for a picnic spot down by the River Evenlode, I believe. But I'm going to save a mile and follow the road here right straight into Stonesfield. Albeit it does sound quite a busy road. Passing the village memorial spot. So I've decided to hold out to St James the Great, Stonesfield, for my lunch. Hopefully there'll be a seat here. Well, there are 2 seats in this churchyard. One of them was occupied, believe it or not. So I'm taking this one in loving memory of Jim and Carol Cutler. Thank you very much. It's 3 o'clock on the button, around 7.5 miles into the walk. So a bit later than I planned, but let's get fed. Okay, lunch has been had, about 3:30 now. Just talking to a chap who was telling me about the Megalosaurus, which I would have seen the sign for it down by the Evenlode had I gone that route. So because I didn't go that way, I've missed out on the Megalosaurus, which apparently was there 15 years back as well, and I don't remember going that way then. So there's a little note, little comment for the comments section of this walk. Press on. Quaint enough little village centre. Passing the White Horse, a possible lunchtime stop. Was closed for a number of years, but now been reopened by the community. So this is the actual lunchtime recommended pub actually. It wasn't while it was shut obviously, and caused an issue for this walk, but well placed now. Passing Lower Farm to rejoin the Oxfordshire Way, which I follow now all the way into Charlbury, about 3 mile hence. Contrast the old village there with the new on the left. Not so attractive, eh? Wonderful to see they're expanding this tree belt. Near Hill Barn farm cottages on the map. All natives as well. Great to see. That cat does not look in great condition. And what's it doing way out here in the middle of nowhere? Unless it's come from the farm cottages. Yeah, looks like it's been run over. No blood, mind. Could have had a fight with something. Walkers are welcome, Charlbury. Interesting. Now a pleasant section of tree tunnel, and you'll note that the cow parsley has now turned over. So traditionally for me, that's spring over, and summer awaits, and then autumn, the browns of autumn. Not a great fan of autumn because it leads into winter. I'm very much a spring person. So there you can see what's in them architecture things that I pointed out earlier. It's full of caterpillars. Now on the edge of Charlbury, walking up towards the station ultimately. In past the Cornbury Park Estate, big herd of deer over there in the distance. Church coming into view. Do believe I'll pass that shortly. Passing the preschool. Doesn't look like it's changed much in years. St Mary the Virgin, Charlbury. And I'm still on cue for the 1712, fingers crossed. And a very decorative main street here in Charlbury. Very Cotswoldian. This is a nicer village than Hanborough. Lots of arty stuff going on. Even in the church today there's some art displays from local residents. I didn't bother going in because I'm up against the clock a bit, unfortunately. But there you go. The view from Dyer's Hill Bridge, which is a weak bridge apparently, 7.5 ton load on it. Wonderful. It's a cricket ground, and here we are back at Charlbury. Very much a commuter village, and from the little bit we've seen of it you can see why. Just over an hour from here to Paddington, and with the Elizabeth line not much further into the city. And for the quality of life you get out here, you can see why it's so popular. So 11.3 miles, 3 hours 58 later, and that's book 1, walk 38 completed. And a very decent walk it was. Nice varied terrain. Very good underfoot, surface-wise. I think it wouldn't be a problem at any time of the year, that walk. Not much in the way of birds again, as last week. They're nesting, I should imagine. Too busy feeding young. I don't remember much of it from 15 years back, other than the lake and the palace. But not to worry. Weather was okay, sun didn't come out really. So until the next time, take care.